We are in the township today. See, there's the little bastards. Our power is off. The reason for that is we didn't have enough sun. We switched on the geyser, forgot about the geyser a little bit. Sun doesn't charge the batteries, plus we didn't have enough power. And so power is off, internet is off, and that is my life starting on a Monday morning. We still don't have any sun, so one of the things quickly going to do today is fix this glass door. One of the children visiting us ran through that. And then I'm quickly also going to see if I can find another way to get hot water. If we do hot water with fire, then we never have a power problem, or much less often a power problem, because we will heat our water with wood. We'll have more power to wash the laundry, more power to use during the night, etc. So that might be a short-term solution. And then we will also have hot water in the mornings, which currently we don't have at all. And it would be nice to take a shower in the morning before work as well. I just got home from lunch. Well, actually I missed lunch, but I've been neglecting my wife recently, and so I thought a nice thing to do is to take her out on a date. She's not one for restaurants really. And so there's lots of times that people buy me coffee and they just say, oh, use it for whatever you want. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to move these old rocks here. This is the first place where Dano ever made his fire. Move them over here, clean up a little area here, and then tonight have a little horse ride around the property and bring her back here. Have somebody to take the horses back to the stables, and then sit. And we don't normally do wine ever. We don't drink, but I think tonight's going to be a special occasion, so I'm going to buy a bottle of wine, see how that goes. That might end up being more fun than I imagined. So buy a real wine with real alcohol and do something special, have some snacks and thingies and do a little picnic, see how that works. I definitely don't do enough of that ever. We think because we live this life that we live, that life is just going to be perfect, but you need to be reminded that you need to date your wife. So I think tonight I need to date my wife. Next morning came around. It is Tuesday today. I actually missed one day of movie making, I see, so we'll combine a couple of movies. Yeah, so the date went well. 10 out of 10, I would recommend that to anybody. Take your wife on a date. This is what the setup ended up looking like. So we moved, the fire used to be there, moved it over there. I don't know why the extra chair ended up here. There's some leftover snacks. Dustbin over there. And this, I think, Mikuna and I have been speaking about like a guest lodge or guest house kind of thing for people visiting us. Yes, we have the visitor center on the other side, but this is actually also gives a very nice feeling on the property. That's why I chose it in the beginning for the camping spot to be here. So it is just below the bottom swale. So you'll have a, say for instance, you'll have a road coming from there, running that way to the stables, and then just before the pig pen, that's where I want to build a big dam one day, across the road there. So the road will run over here, maybe a little bit close to the house idea. Depends on how often it will be used. The alternative is to keep the road another 20 meters that way, where it currently is, which is fine, and then just add a place over the swale there to drive over. Then you can add the house over here, something like this, and then that becomes the garden of the house, right next to the river, like a food forest, something like that. So speaking to the municipality on how plans and things like that would look like, how you would do that, and could be a project for next season to get it up and running. I really want you guys to come and visit me, and currently we only have a 2-bedroom house with 3 kids, so Mika's sleeping in one room, the boys are sleeping in the garage. Lissa's coming to visit me, she'll be sleeping in Mika's room, all the children will be sleeping in the garage. But if we want to make it a constant thing, then obviously we want to have something better. Look at the sunrise, very, very nice. You'll have to make it more sustainable, you know, easier for people to come and go, you can almost say. Kids in the garage is fine now, but once Mika turns 16 or so, I think sleeping in the garage with the boys is not going to be it's not going to be the end of the world, but if you do that for weeks at a time, it's not going to be ideal. So check this out. This is a nitrogen fixer as well, as you can see there. Have a little bit of oil sap thingies on the pods. I wonder what it is. Very, very nice. So rain wise, we reached almost 800 mils. Also we're almost at double the season average. So it's incredible amount of rain we got, and it seems like we're getting more. It seems like the rain season doesn't want to be over yet. This is my 3-4 times the amount that we got the previous year. The previous year we got 225 last year. So that's just an incredible jump. And you forget that this place is semi-arid. You forget that the standing water on the land is not normal. This isn't a normal, supposed to be a normal site, but it is. Let's walk back. Yeah, the piggies are hungry. So we ended up sending the kids away. It's a midterm break, so they slept with the cousins last night. That's why it's nice to have family around. So I was in town gathering everything. Didn't tell my wife obviously that she's gonna be dated. And then I organized my sister-in-law to come drop me, pick up the kids, take them into town. So we'll have to wait for the car again this morning because I was running a bit late from work yesterday. Buffalo! Buffalo is a terror. I don't know how something so small can have the personality of 3 other pigs. How is that even possible? I don't know. Right, so we're quickly going to pick up Imms. He's in town, he had to go pay some bills. They got paid yesterday, salaries and so on, so he had to go pay his monthlies. And he found some banana trees, wanted me to buy some. I said no, we will have to wait a little bit of those things. And then quickly going to his house and quickly going to Thomas's house to see what is happening there and how can we accelerate change. Brought Emmanuel lots of mulch. We are in the township today. Emmanuel needs mulch because he has got a termite population to feed. The termites has gone into his crops, and so living mulch isn't cutting it anymore. I'm going to show you this. Oh, Emmanuel's garden looks fantastic. When you zoom in a little bit, see the little bastards chomping his stuff. Here you can see termites chomp down his corn. They're building houses around it, and they are slowly but surely eating it. So the modus operandi is they take a piece that used to be a piece of wood, they build a colony around it, and then they eat it, and then all that's left is the colony. Now you might think that this is a very negative thing, but what it does, what the termite does, is it stops evaporation, adds nutrition to the land. You see, there's the little bastards. And so even though it costed him his crop, corn in that case, it added a lot of nutritional value to his garden. And his corn is looking amazing. I think it's coming along nicely. Adding the mulch now. Stalks are doing good. Look at this fig. This was 30 centimeters tall just a couple of months ago. Look at that mulberry. Really incredible. Cantaloupes, spun spack as we call it, or Spanish bacon. That is a marula tree. It will become a giant and it will give him loads and loads of fruit and benefits. The mint is exploding. I told him we must start using this mint as a ground cover. It is going to be a problem sometime. Here is papayas. Let's have a look at these papayas. He's putting on fruits apparently. Let me just get in there. Come on. There you go. There's some fruits. Papayas, baby papayas coming up there. This tomato thing, such a strange tomato that I didn't even recognize it. These leaves feel more like tree leaves than what it does tomato leaves. It smells like a tomato. The rest of the fruit looks like tomato, but it's not completely a tomato. Now, I and Emmanuel have been wondering about where to put the chicken coop so the chickens can stay chickens, and so we decided to move it over here. Let me just turn the camera around. In the back of his house. We'll try to get enough space for it to put it here, and that should give the chickens some space. You know, I believe one of the main things the chicken needs is a bit of space. Otherwise you might as well buy factory farm chickens. Sorry, I missed this. And so just have a look here. Mango tree coming up between the corn, beans coming up between the corn, squash coming up between the corn. So this will be a true three-sister system here. Mango here. So many things. What is this? What's it? A disease. It's a lice or something. Yeah, you've got lice. Is it eating the beans? Yeah. Yeah, the ants farm them. Those big ants, they farm these things, and it's like their cattle. They make milk with them, Emmanuel. And then citrus over here. What else is there that's nice before I go to the back? There is some aloe vera. Just all in all, a fantastic site to have here in the township. Some spinach, loads and loads of spinach. There's more tomatoes over there. Some spinach there between the pumpkins there in the back. Let's walk to the back quickly. Right, walking to the back. Let's see what we have here. Here we have plenty of tomatoes. Growing nice. Tomatoes over there, growing very well. There is some basil between them. Oof, I need to taste some of this basil. It looks fantastic. Tank still wet as the day we made it. Still leaking. One day we will seal it. Only regret on this tank is that we should have made it 3 times as big. This catch so much water. We could have done much better. And okay, tomatoes here. What else is there? There's some carrots. There's some hedge plants growing. I think that's a nona. It's leucaena. That leucaena is really jumping out of its skin, becoming very nice and big. And I think that is the end of Emmanuel's story for today. I think he's making loads and loads of progress, and we've been slacking with the chickens. I hope to get that done very soon. Okay, so today we're back at Thomas's house. The work day is almost over, so I'm going to leave Emmanuel and Thomas here tomorrow to finish this. Emmanuel, maybe tell me quickly about the new design.
This I'm like this now. We are now digging here, so we can catch up all this water that is coming up here.
Okay.
Then it will fill up there. So
A circle. So this is like a pathway and then a circle there in the back. Okay.
So then all the water coming here, then will come.
The water will go down there.
Go down here. When it's now fill up here, so it can go also the other side.
It will come back. Why did you change the design?
Because now here the sand is a lot here. We don't have a place where you must.
It's too high.
It's too high even. It is not easy for water to go that side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're removing this way, changing it from the African smiles to this direction is removing less soil.
Yeah, it also wet.
Yeah. And then the trees?
The trees we put them in.
That side? And that side. Okay.
Now then between the trees, then we'll put now some things like spinach, beer, carrots. And then so the time Thomas waiting for the tree to grow up, at least he's eating those veggies.
He will have veggies between the trees.
Between the trees.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Okay, thanks, man.
Yeah.
So the great thing, sorry, I'm a bit out of breath, is we just found earthworms here. Show me, Imms. Hold it. Right, it was at the root of the tree, right next to the root. Yeah, plenty. I think this is African night crawlers. Very nice worm.
But they look different than ours.
Than ours, yeah. Ours is the red wiggler. This is an African night crawler, a bit more active. They can take a little bit more drought, much more adapt to our conditions.
They don't look like the one that you get from Hendrik.
Bit smaller. Well, maybe it's the same thing, but there's also big white ones that are good.
Big ones. I also saw one big one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like this one.
Okay, so there's enough earthworms here,
Yeah.
which is a good thing. Apparently there where we're digging the pit was already a compost toilet many years ago. So that will be fantastic for the trees that we're going to plant around there. Wil jy hierdie manne ruil?
Twee.
Ja?
Dat kan ons hier so een lemoenboom die kan kry op een.
Maar waar kry jy die lemoenboompjes?
Boesman die lemoenboom daar by julle.
By my?
Daar by die mense wat meneer geplant het.
Bosman lemoen, suurlemoen.
Alles het 'n lemoen.
Lemoen.
Lemoen is dit.
Okay. En hierdie ene ken jy hom?
Ja, nee, hy kan bly.
Ek sien sy wortels kom onderal uit.
Hy kom uit.
Hy moet
Ons
geplant.
moet hom met die grond alles soos hy is optel.
Ja,
Die grond moet nie word bly nie. Daar waar hy nou begin vang.
ja,
As hy aan die kant kom, dan vang hy gou.
ja.
Daar loop hy.
En hierdie ene is net om blare by die grond te gooi, kompos te maak.
Ja, die is mooi.
Ek ken dit, kompos, hy maar is 'n wonderboom.
Maar
Hy mors baie, maar daai blare wat onder lê,
ja,
hy maak die kompos.
kompos.
Ja,
Is net 'n gat grou en net so los en die kompos daar in haar.
ja. Emmanuel, kom bietjie hierdie kant toe, so. Dat jy sy oupa se gesig kan sien. Ken jy hierdie ene?
Ja, hierdie ene is nou die citroen.
Nee, is granaat.
Ja, granaat, ja.
Ja, ja,
Granaat.
pomegranate in Engels, maar ja, granaat.
Granaat.
Ja. En daai ene,
Die ene,
Amarula.
Amarula, ja,
Ja.
Amarula, ja.
Amarula. Okay, let's see if this is going to end up on YouTube. I think you must make it a bit longer. Or just run and jump. Run, swing and jump. Let's see. Okay, but how do we get back? Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Alright, we'll think about going back when we need to go back. 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah, you did it. Good one.
And that, my friends, is the end of my story. I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.